You ready?
I am.
You sure?
As ready as I'm gonna be.
Oh, okay. Because you're like all over the place. I don't know what's going on with you. Like you lost your mind.
Don't be cute, bitch.
Oh, okay. Whatever. My name is Eddie.
And I'm Omari.
And we are the two voices of the week.
Stark Natives.
Our culture unfiltered. Discussing the way of this world and the next.
And the next.
Two voices.
Two voices.
Queer. Candid. Discussing the way of this world and the next.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next. Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
Discussing the way of this world and
Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
So, the other day, one of our listeners asked us a question. You know, they needed some good advice from us, and we responded.
Yeah.
And we felt like we needed to respond right away because it was it's a matter that we need. Yeah, it's time sensitive.
Unfortunately, when dealing with people who have addiction issues, I'll just like do it broadly with addiction. Any kind of help that you try to get them is most likely going to be seen as betrayal.
Correct.
Especially if they are so. You know what I hate? I did not just learn the word entanglement, like many people with Jada. But my goodness, is it really presenting itself to a lot of conversations?
Yeah.
But when somebody is so entangled in a situation with an addiction like that, it's difficult to talking to one person at one time is not going to be enough. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be enough. And sometimes they do need more help, and they're not going to seek it,
Correct.
Or if they do, they're going to seek it like when they're really feeling their really, really lowest, and they're coming to you like, oh, I need help, and doing all that, all the shit that people do when they be on some shit. Yeah. And, they'll ask for help then when they get sober, they're like, oh, no, don't worry about it. Oh, no, don't I don't have a problem. I don't da-da-da-da-da. And all that shit is bullshit. You need to get that shit figured the fuck out.
Yeah.
But what we told him is that, don't, even though it may be seen as an act of betrayal that you are going above them to get them help, you're still trying to help them. You need to be sure that you know your intentions, that I am not doing this to hurt you. Clearly, I care about you and I want to make sure you're okay, and I want to make sure nobody else gets hurt and you don't get hurt. So I'm going to do what I think is best to help you. And if that means a temporary or momentary sense of betrayal has been acted upon their life because you tried to help them, oh well.
That's fine. I'll deal with it.
Yeah. Oh well.
Not only that, but after going through the process of actually getting help and being in rehab and doing some soul searching, you're going to get to a point where you will realize that friend actually was helping you, that friend actually did something for you, and you are going to be grateful that they had the guts to actually do something about it.
Right.
And so that's really what we kind of try to imply it on our message for him. And not only that, but we also recommended to watch episode 12
and or 11. I really don't know which one it was.
But I believe it's episode 12 because on episode 12 we actually were talking about that if you love a friend, if you actually love one of your friends, that it doesn't matter what's going on, you will still show them the truthfulness of the situation, that you will just be honest with them. As hurtful it might be, you will still be honest, because if you are honest with that friend, then you actually do love them and you actually do respect them. If you cuddle them, if you just enable them in those situations, then are you really respecting your friend? Are you really caring about your friend?
Are you loving them the most that you can?
Exactly.
Are you caring about them the most that you can? And I think one thing that sucks with like when you deal with people who have addictions of any kind is seeing them just be self-destructive. Being self-destructive, it hurts. It hurts to see somebody commit these kind of things against themselves. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, damn, like you really taking yourself through it. And it's almost like you see it, but you don't see it. Like, you know what you're doing to yourself, but it's like you can't stop it. You can't help it in a way. And a lot of people are really insensitive to people who have addictions or mental health issues. And fuck those people. But, fuck those people who are insensitive to that, because I think you should never look down your nose on people when they are going through something. Because
some situation.
Yeah, it's hard.
And then not only that, but there's more to it. There's other things that person actually went through in their life that has affected them little by little to the point where they are where they are now. And the thing is, if you really are a friend, then help them as the best of your abilities.
Yeah.
And sometimes don't just help them, just you. Sometimes you might actually need a professional. You might need somebody that knows about it, so in that way they can actually get the help that they actually need.
Because you don't have all the answers.
Exactly.
You don't have all the answers. You really don't. You don't have all the answers.
And so sometimes we just have to do that.
Go to somebody else who does have the answers. Go to somebody who's been through something like that as well.
Yeah. So, so I hope that this information that we are giving actually helps you. And that it gives you the advice and the opinion or the courage to do what is best for you to do. And at the same time, this is just me, Eddie, who is me, truly me, and Omari, who is truly Omari. And we are giving our honest, most truthful opinion. But at the same time, it is in your views or your...
It's all for you.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
And it's up to you for you to do what is best on the situation.
Mucho amor. Your destiny is in your hands.
So just do it upon what you believe that is right. Okay.
Segue into Mucho Amor about Walter Mercado. It's a documentary. It's on Netflix right now.
And it's a wonderful documentary, and you really need to watch it if you have not watched it.
It really is. It's so good, and it's so... Walter Mercado was a really unique person.
Yes,
a very different spirit, you know, like, and it's interesting because I was telling Eddie earlier, like, I really don't know how I know who Walter Mercado is, but I know who he is just because I remember seeing him. He had a very, distinct look, like very, the cape, the hair, the makeup, everything. The personality, the mannerism. So it's like, I know that. And I was like, I really don't know where the fuck I know that from, though. I don't know. Like, I really don't know.
Well, he did a few interviews in English, so most likely you saw something on
and I'm pretty sure he's made like some cameos or something on something. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just I can't put my finger on why I know who the hell this man is. But the documentary is really good.
It is really good, and it's wonderful. I loved it. Once I saw that it came out, I went straight to it. It made me sad. And I had to make Omari see it because
well, I was gonna watch it anyways. But the only thing that made me sad about it is because he was all about destiny and spirituality and stuff like that. But it felt like for some reason he really avoided talking about death a lot. Like, and he didn't want to age and stuff like that. It's almost like he knew that there was another side, but it's almost like there's still just like, I don't really want to talk about that though. Like,
because he didn't want to focus on the negative. He only wanted to focus on the positive.
But I think it's weird that death was seen like that, like as a negative. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like that it considered.
Even though he did believe that once he died, that he was going to be with us in the cosmic. So in essence, he really wasn't that afraid of it. It just, he felt like it's a topic that didn't really need it to be discussed.
Yeah,
it's like we already knew. Yeah, we already knew that was gonna happen. So it's something like in the future. So it's like, why are you worrying so much about the future? What can you worry about what's going now? Yeah, like enjoy what you have now. So that's, I guess, my
I get that. I just it made me a little sad because it's like there were moments I was like, oh. Yeah. And also he was just really sweet.
He was.
And I hated his stupid fucking dumbass bitch ass motherfucking former manager. Yeah. That whole stole his identity. You rude bitch.
And then how he was talking in there, he kind of made it seem like he was not on fault, but he really was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's probably the most interesting thing about it is that they did have him in the documentary too.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people would not do that. A lot of people wouldn't. Bitch, they're about to wear you out and say that you stole from this man,
but he didn't,
and that you manipulated him and deceived him, and you still decided to
because he still believed his truth.
Yeah,
that's the power. See, that's really the power of believing the truth, of not just any truth, but your truth.
Yeah, not just because your truth
it's just a version.
Truth.
Yeah, it's just a version of the truth. And most likely that version is still a lie. There's only one truth, but we don't really able to say that one truth because it's always entangled, I guess. with
Fuck
your
you, Jada.
Yeah, I know. It's
fuck you,
with
Jada.
your views. It's always like mixed into it. Like your point of view, your way of seeing things is always going to be influenced. So even though you're trying to be truthful, it will still be influenced by who you are.
Yeah.
Even though you don't want to do that, because the brain works in a very unconscious way.
I will say,
what?
At least we are using entangled and entanglement in the way in which
it's supposed to be used. Yeah.
At least we're not using it in terms of like a
relationship or being in that.
Where people just slanging entanglement around. It's like, girl, y'all really about to tangle this shit up.
Yeah. Even though I believe that interview that they did was just for the public, not for themselves, because they know themselves too much, and they know who they are, and they know that they have had faults in their relationship, and that they know that they are not perfect, but they still love each other no matter what. And people are just saying stupid shit on social media,
cracking jokes. Some of them are funny.
Yeah, true.
Don't get it twisted. Now. The hoes is funny.
True.
But I think
we're just giving it too much power to it. Like we're just putting too much attention.
Will and Jada they really didn't have shit to explain to us. Jada Pinkett ain't have shit to explain to us. And that Red Table Talk that they did in regards to her relationship with August Alsina and her marriage to Will was none of our business.
Yeah, it really wasn't.
That was none of our business. Like, we really did not need to know any of that. And I guess in some ways it does help people because it gives people something to aspire to have a relationship, to understand that relationships go through things. The thing is, which I feel like that's something you should already know.
But the thing is, they have done multiple Red Table Talks. She has done multiple ones, and there has been a few episodes where they actually talk about their relationship and how they have dealt with things themselves. And then we just should just look at that. And then that's it.
Because I really think it was more about him. I think people already knew that Will and Jada had, marital discord,
if they did, well, this is
like
the thing.
That. But I think it was about the soft spot that people have for August Alsina.
But at the same time, if they did, they wouldn't have paid too much attention to this situation. Because that's how I feel. True. You are absolutely right on that. Stupid. That is a truthful.
People are stupid, and also they're bored. People are not working. Hello.
That just
like
you said it.
People bored. It's really not much going on.
Yeah, people are stupid.
So we latch on to the things that are there. It's like, oh well, this is something to talk about. But yeah, they didn't have shit to explain to us. The only conversation that I want to happen is between Will, Jada, and August Alsina.
Yeah.
Or truthfully, just Jada and August Alsina. I don't know if Will necessarily needs to be there. He wasn't involved technically.
True. But I do want to say one thing is that if you are in a situation, we have done it, we have said it in our podcast episode, but if you are in a situation where you are confused, you are having doubts, and you don't know how to proceed on that situation, then contact us. You can go to our IGTV.
I ain't seen no shit like that.
True. We did.
I didn't know what you was about to say. I was like, I ain't seen no shit like that. But.
Go to our Instagram account. Just go there, and you can DM us through there, or you can just use this email right here and just email us, okay? And we'll do our best to give you a wonderful, interesting, and honest and respond from us. And we'll do our best. Okay?
Oh, because we did not talk about it in the other episode.
What?
Really quick. You know me, my ride sharing chronicles.
Okay. Oh, your ride sharing, yeah.
I am telling you, this is another case of me just not being able to be black in peace.
True.
I was riding in the Uber and or Lyft. I don't remember which one. I use both,
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the car talking to the driver, because I like to talk to the drivers. I don't mind talking to the drivers. I know they have the option where you can tell people shut the fuck up and just drive, but I don't believe you are my chauffeur. This is your car.
No, you're my
chauffeur. And you are entitled to speak to me
taxi.
if you would like to, or if I allow you to. We can talk if that's the case. And
no.
This bitch, you pompous whore. But I'm sitting in the car, we're having a regular conversation talking about the news and how we wish the news were a little more focused and, weren't so negative sometimes, or at least if it does give bad news, it gives more in-depth bad news, where it goes a little more in-depth, where it kind of talks about why things are happening. Really, let's get to the meat of it and stuff like that. And when I tell you, my driver, he's white, he segued into Black Lives Matter being like the KKK, George Floyd not being completely the victim in what happened to him, and black on black crime being bigger than police brutality, and how the biggest threat to black men is other black men. Needless to say, I had to get him together.
Very well together.
And it really got on my nerves because I was just like, fuck. We were not having this kind of conversation. I didn't initiate this. I didn't the thing is, what's really weird is that racist white people love to say that black people are always bringing up race, when truthfully, I can go somewhere and be black and be quiet, don't have to mention nothing about me being black. I can talk about the fucking sky, I can talk about how basketball is around, and somehow you will find a way to talk about my blackness associating with whatever the fuck I'm talking about, even when I'm not mentioning it. And it's really weird to me that continues to happen. I've had a lot of instances like that in Ubers and in Lyfts, where I have to speak to people and they talk to me about race. They instantly go into it. I don't mind having a real discussion, but I don't really want to hear you shed your white tears, your racist white tears, about how you feel oppressed by Black Lives Matter because you feel like it's putting black people's lives above other people's lives and comparing Black Lives Matter to the KKK. Are you fucking insane? Is it crack?
Well, you white people do like crack.
Is it?
Oh, shit.
Damn. What?
Well, that's what I see on the movies.
Representation.
Exactly. That's what I see in the movies and TV shows.
But, with all that to say, because I'm not really going to, go into detail verbatim about the discussion we had, because just know I had to get him together for me, my grandchildren, and my ancestors. And it really just aggravated me that I could not be black in peace and have a regular conversation without you trying to tell me. And also, he used to be a cop. So there was definitely a lot of bias there. And it was annoying.
Yep. And I'm sorry, not sorry. Because, that's what I see on TV and movies. So
look,
it's not
and
my
apparently
fault.
the movies and the TVs tell you everything you need to know about black people. That's why I don't like the little Black Lives Matter sections on TV and stuff, because I feel like there are too many movies that are all about black people being oppressed. And some of the most popular and most famous movies, award-winning movies, are about black oppression and black trauma at the hands of white people, or where it's at the hands of other black people, but that is a trickle down of the systemic racism that we have faced in this country that has turned us into monsters sometimes against each other.
Correct.
So I don't really like the Black Lives Matter sections and stuff that they have on the platform, the streaming platforms and stuff, because I feel like it's just giving white people this really blurred vision of what being black is like.
Or they also giving them always doing something for them.
They just hurt each other. That's all they want to do is hurt each other. All they want to do is hurt each other.
Or it'd be like, now we have a Black Lives Matter section for them.
Yeah.
And what about us?
And truthfully, what irks me the most, one thing I did have to tell him is that, you feeling as though Black Lives Matter is usurping white people's power, that is a part of the problem. The fact that you feel that Black people standing up for themselves and speaking up for themselves is somehow diminishing the power you have or somehow making your life seem less than is a part of the problem. Because you think that you're so fucking great because you white that if Black people speak up for themselves, it diminishes your life.
Yeah. And it's
that's
too much.
Weird. That's weird as fuck. And it's fucked up is what it is. But that's that on that, Pussycat. I just,
That's all you.
That's all I gotta say about that. It just aggravates me. I would like to go places and be Black in peace. And that don't mean I need you to tiptoe around conversations, but I need you to actually bring something to the conversation that doesn't sound like you read it out of some unofficial handbook of racism.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like some unofficial handbook of racists. Like I don't want to hear that. Don't quote no fucking racist to me.
That's why I don't like people talking to people on Ubers. And just shut up. Don't have a conversation with me.
Because I always have my friends someone's like, oh, you need to get a car. You need to get a car. I don't want a car. I like being driven around. I'm cool with that. When you get a car, you have to drive other people around.
I don't care if you get a car or not. What I care is, can you just not stop talking to them? I don't have questions.
But the thing is, I like to talk to people. I know but it just sucks that people
it's just they see your Blackness and be like, oh, let's talk about it.
They see my Blackness and they see where I work and they feel like I am upstanding Black man who isn't going to disagree with them. Like I'm one of the good ones.
Yeah.
Like that's how they see it. They see it as, oh, you're one of the good ones. So I know I can have this conversation with you and I can say all the fucking fucked up racist shit I want to say that is coded in, I'm just trying to understand. And then, you don't have to feel like I'm going to jump down your throat. And little do you know, bitch, I'm from Duval County.
And hoping that...
And I'm from the fucking hood. And, bitch, I am going to jump down your throat in the most educated way as possible.
Not only that, but they always hoping that you are going to be like, see, I was right.
Yeah. Basically, they want you to they want
I agree with them. You affirm their
They want you to affirm or
views.
Confirm their views. So then that way they can take that shit to somebody else, maybe another Black person who they get into it with.
Or
I met this guy that worked here, or another white person. Well, I met this Black guy. He worked here, and he, and he said that I was right, and he agreed. And No, bitch, I am not your one size fits all Black card for you to pass around. Oh, I'm not your Black golden ticket.
Yep.
No, am not.
Yeah. But you know what?
We're going to wrap this up.
Yeah. One thing that I want to say is, and I don't know if I said it before, but one thing that I want to say, and it's from one of my favorite movies.
Oh.
Our lives are not our own. We are bound to others, past and present. And by each crime and every kindness, we birth our future.
Oh.
So I'll leave you with that. My name is Eddie.
And I'm Omari.
And we are the two voices of the week.
Stark Natives.
Our culture unfiltered.
Discussing the ways of this world.
And the next. And do not forget to do your daily saintly duties by following, subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting. And if you are listening to our podcast episodes, do not forget to leave a 5-star review. A 5-star review.
That's 10.
No.
This is like 50 now, but...
Well, a review and a rate. Do not forget to rate it a 5-star and leave it a beautiful comment in the review section.
And we thank you and we love you.
Yes.
Long time.
Yes. See ya next week.